Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today is a beautiful day to dive deep into the latest twists and turns unfolding in Port Charles. We have an absolutely massive storyline to unpack today, filled with family drama, shocking character evolutions, and intense power struggles. Grab your favorite snack, get comfortable, and let's jump right into the heart of the action. The air in Port Charles is thick with an undeniable, suffocating tension, marking a seismic shift in momentum as the battle lines are ruthlessly drawn. Impossible choices now face the Davis and Quartermain families, as the father's toxic demand for control collides head-on with the daughter's fierce, unstoppable rebellion. Oh my god. I'm screaming. I literally cannot even deal right now. Okay, but listen. Drew Kane has actually lost his entire mind, and I am sitting here watching this man, and my jaw dropped to the floor. Like, I was eating dinner and literally choked on my garlic bread when he started talking. He is honestly the most toxic, unhinged character on my screen right now, and I am so mad at him. Why would he do that? Why would anyone think this is okay? I am actually shaking with rage over his choices. Oh, wait, before that happened actually, let me back up because my brain is going a million miles an hour and I need to set this. So Drew just miraculously recovered from his stroke, which we all know was actually Willow Kane pumping him full of Jen Sidwell's paralytic drugs, which is insane by the way, but that's a whole different rant. And then Nina Reeves literally shoves his wheelchair into the Quartermain Lake. Gio Palmieri dives in and saves him, and suddenly Drew is fully mobile and speaking again. A medical miracle, honestly. But instead of being grateful to be alive, he immediately goes full villain mode. So Drew takes Willow's deal, the house, the money, the divorce, and then Tracy Quartermain literally bans him from the Quartermain estate. She just kicks him out using Monica's will. So Drew has zero power there, and what does he do? He marches straight over to Alexis Davis's house to demand total, absolute control over his daughter, Scout. The absolute audacity of this man. Not okay. I'm done. I was yelling at my screen so loud my dog actually got scared and left the room. Okay, where was I? Right, so Drew is standing there in Alexis's living room, and Scout comes in and runs into his. It's this super warm, emotional embrace, because she is just so happy her dad is awake and okay. But then, in the blink of an eye, the vibe completely shifts. Drew decides that his first order of business as a walking, talking human again is to completely isolate Scout from her mother's side of the family. He literally wants to enforce those old restraining orders again to cut her off from Danny, Alexis, and Molly Lansing Davis. I am literally unwell. I mean, think about it from Scout's perspective for like 2 seconds. She has been through literal hell and back. Sam McCall is gone. Her mom is just gone. And that wound is still so fresh, it literally hurts my heart to even think about. And the only people keeping her sane are Danny, Alexis, and Molly. They are her rock. They are her entire support system. And Drew just wants to rip them away? Seriously, he needs to get it together. I swear. He is treating his own daughter like a piece of property to punish his enemy. But wait, I forgot to mention earlier, but the show just aged up. Scout! Yes, Kaden Brenna Tokarski has taken over the role, and let me tell you, she is doing a fantastic job. I am obsessed. She is bringing so much life and fire to this character. When Scout was younger, she was just kind of there, more willing to be pushed around by Drew and used as a pawn before he had his fake stroke. But this new, aged-up Scout? Oh honey, she is not a pushover. She is maturing, she has her own opinions, and she is ready to fight for what she wants. At this point, I'm yelling at my screen. I'm literally yelling, "Yes, Scout, tell him," because you can actually see Sam McCall's fierce, rebellious spirit shining through her. It's like looking at a mini Sam. I had to pause and text my friend immediately like, "Scout is ending Drew right now," skull emoji. Scout loves her dad, obviously, but she is absolutely not going to just blindly follow his tyrannical rules. She is digging her heels in, and I am here for it. She is proving she is Sam McCall's daughter through and through. Let's talk about Danny for a second, and don't even get me started on that whole mess. Jason is back in town, Danny has been spiraling, breaking into the WSB, dealing with all this heavy trauma, and he desperately needs. Danny and Scout have this incredibly loving, tight-knit, brother-sister relationship that is so important to them both. They share the trauma of losing. They are bonded by grief. And Drew is just like, nah, you can't see him. Actually evil. Literally evil. Drew is just so obsessed with punishing Jason that he's taking it out on Danny, and by extension, Scout, because he wants to cut Danny off to hurt Jason. Wait, did I already say that? I think I just said that like 2 minutes ago. Whatever. Anyway, the point is that Drew is projecting all his hatred for Jason onto an innocent teenage boy and forcing Scout to pay the price. It is so unfair to put that burden on a kid. I was literally crying during their scenes because you can feel Scout's desperation to hold on to Sam. Speaking of Alexis's house, did you guys see the decor in the living room during that scene? They definitely changed the pillows on the couch, and honestly, I am not a fan of the floral print. It totally clashes with the aesthetic. But anyway, back to the main story. Alexis is standing there, and she has completely dropped the supportive act. She is staring daggers at... Honestly, Alexis is all of us right now. She knows Drew is trying to hurt her by taking Scout away. Scout is literally standing between them, trying to ease the tension, but she is making it very clear that she wants Danny in her. She wants Alexis. She wants Molly. She wants her family. She is fighting for everyone she loves to have a place in her world. And then he just stands there looking at her like he expects her to just bow down and say, "Yes, sir, whatever you want, sir," when she is literally a teenager who has just gotten her dad back from a medically induced coma thing and is already dealing with so much trauma from losing her mom. It's just so unfair, and I can't even handle the toxicity of it all. I'm calling it now. This is going to end badly for Drew. Mark my words. You cannot cage a teenager who has Sam McCall's DNA running through her veins. Scout is going to rebel so hard. I can literally see her sneaking out, breaking the rules, doing whatever it takes to see Danny. Drew is pushing her away with both hands while pretending he's holding her close. It's actually tragic, but also so infuriating to... I was like, are you serious right now, Drew? Are you actually serious? And, what is Drew's endgame here? He has repeatedly used Scout as a bargaining chip and a way to punish his enemies. Remember when he was unusually cruel to little Wiley, telling him Michael didn't love him? Drew has this dark, manipulative streak that is just exploding right now. He thinks because he survived the lake and outsmarted Willow that he is invincible. The absolute power trip he is on is sickening. I'm dead. I actually can't breathe watching his smug face. But Scout is going to be his ultimate wake-up call. She has to be... This is a wake-up call for Drew about how much Scout is growing up. She is old enough to make some of her own decisions, especially when it comes to the family members she stays connected to. When she looks at Danny, she sees her brother, her protector, a piece of her mom. Drew needs to start treating her with respect and understand what she needs, instead of just barking orders. I just keep thinking about how Sam would react if she were here. She would literally burn Port Charles to the ground before letting Drew isolate her kid. Scout is carrying that torch. This whole storyline is just a masterclass in generational trauma and rebellion. Drew's control issues versus Scout's fierce independence. It is the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object. Drew thinks he won, but he is about to lose the only thing that actually matters if he doesn't back off. This is so dramatic, and I am honestly living for every single second of it. Will Scout's fierce rebellion finally break Drew's toxic control, or will this family war destroy them forever? Drop your theories in the comments below, and subscribe for more.